All praise to the Most High. If you ain't with me, you're against me. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Truth Scene Ministries, my first online ministry, man. I'm VII The Street Prophet, the demon killer, the soul saver, checking in, bro. I done finally answered the call, you dig, to do online ministry. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a blessing. I'm about to tune in. Let me mute y'all right quick, bro, because y'all are loud over here on Bigo. I'm streaming from Bigo too. So to all y'all who on Bigo, if you want to watch it from YouTube Live, you got to tune in on YouTube Live. All praise. All right, man. Good morning. Good morning. It's 11:11. Today is June the 21st, 2026. And welcome, bro. Y'all get in. Y'all come into the room. Y'all get settled. We're going to start off in a few minutes with prayer. I always like to lead everything off with prayer first. And then we're going to jump into the topic of the day, the target of the day, what I wanted to talk about, man. Today, we got a lot of things to discuss today. But we talking about personal conduct today. Personal conduct today. Well, what you mean, VII personal conduct? How you carry yourself. Character. You know, the sum of all your habits. What's your daily habits and your daily character? Your character equals a sum of all your habits. So everything that you do daily equates to the circumference of your character, of who you truly are right now. Everything you do every day makes up a recipe of who you are at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to jump into it. You feel me? First of all, I don't like to do anything without starting off with prayer first. So with that being said, man, everybody bow your heads, palms up, and let's give all praise to the Most High in prayer before we begin. All praise to the Most High. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all sin and evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory is yours, now and forever. And when we believe, we say your most holy name, and in Jesus' name, amen. All praise to the Most High. All right, man. What's up? What's up with y'all? Good morning, bro. How y'all holding up this morning, bro? How everybody doing on Bigo, YouTube Live, Facebook? What's up with y'all, man? All praise. I want to get straight to it, man. Today, the Most High, I was last night, and y'all gonna be seeing me sip my coffee, and I do smoke herb. I'm just waiting. I'm gonna do probably just, I want y'all to get the main just though, you know. So I'm just want to get my feel of how I'm gonna do this and give it to y'all. But today, bro, I wanted to talk about personal conduct. Being intentional every day. You know, what's your personal conduct daily? You feel me? What you doing every day as far as your conduct, your daily discipline. All right. So today, for that, to find a solution, we're gonna go to today the topic is we talking about being intentional with purpose. Being intentional with purpose. The target of the day is being intentional with purpose. Well, VII, what you mean being intentional with purpose? You feel me? Man, every day you get up, you got to have a why. You got to have a why of what you getting up for. Like, you know, when God allow you to wake up to see another day, bro, you feel me? Meaning your body was in an unconscious state and you were awakened by a higher power than you. You didn't wake yourself up. You feel me? You was given the green light to start life again. Every day you get up, you get a chance to keep creating. I want y'all to put that on your mind and have that locked in. Every day is just like a child. Every day you get to awaken and see that you hear another day, right? You see reality another day. That's your job to create from that point. Your job is to create. Well, what you mean, Seven? What does create mean? Create means to bring into existence. You see? Bring something into existence. What you choosing to bring into existence today? You see? That's what it all comes down to. What you choosing to bring into existence today? You know, here it is, 11:11. Some of y'all done ate breakfast, huh? You done had sex. You did. You done got the children ready for church. You did. You done went to church. You feel me? Or, you know, some of y'all might be sleeping, you late. Some of y'all might be resting. Some of y'all might be going on events. Some of y'all might be doing something, you know, out of the ordinary, you know. But when you woke up, you know, what was your guidance? What led you to begin? You know, what's your aim for today? That means when you got up, God was nowhere involved in it. Besides the people that's leading off, you know, sending their families for community and church, is always a blessing to have your people organized and structured to worship together. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Don't let nobody tell you. But I want y'all not to misconstrue. Jesus said, you don't worship God in the building, but in spirit and truth. That's what he told the Samaritan woman at the well. You feel me? When she asked, where do I worship this God? This powerful God. You see, surely you know my secret sin. That's what she told her. You must be a prophet. So where your God at? Where I go to worship your God? And you know what Jesus told her? He said, my God don't reside in buildings, in temples. He said, my God, you worship in spirit and truth. Y'all know what that means? That means you worship him right where you stand at. You worship him right where you stand. All 10 toes. I don't care if you're in prison. I don't care if you're prostituting. I don't care if you're in a strip club. I don't care if you're selling dope. I don't care if you're in the hospitals. I don't care if you're homeless. You worship him where you stand at. Meaning use your spirit, your mind, your body, and your emotions as tools of worship. Not for you to receive glory. You take your mind and your body and mind, soul, heart, purpose, skills, gifts, talents, and you use it to glorify God. You show people that God is real by glorifying them with what you good at doing. Shout out to G Bird. What's sound, baby? So today, man, I want to go over a few things in the book of Leviticus today. We're going to do the book of Leviticus today. Our reference point today going to be the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 11 through 18. Chapter 19, verse 11 through 18. When y'all get there, I need y'all to type ready in the comments, and we're going to pull the trigger on this. You did? We're going to pull the trigger on this. I'm going to give y'all a second to get there, and we're going to pull the trigger on this. But make sure that you open up to the book of Leviticus. Let me put it in the comments for y'all because y'all don't have it, Bigo. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 11 through 18. When y'all get there, type ready in the comments, and then we're going to press play. We're going to pull the trigger on that, all right? Chapter 19, verse 11 through 18, and we're going to pull a trigger. We talking about Being intentional with purpose today. Being intentional with purpose today. Being intentional with purpose today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now. Intentional. Doing things intentionally. When you move, you know what you're moving for. You did. We looking to be intentional in our dealings. All praise to the Most High. All right, man, let's read. I'm about to read. Let's get it. Chapter 19, verse 11 through 18. Verse 11, it says, do not steal. Do not deceive or cheat one another. Verse 12, do not bring shame on the name of your God by using it to swear falsely. I am the Lord. Verse 13, do not defraud or rob your neighbor. Do not make your hired workers wait until the next day to receive their pay. Verse 14, do not insult the deaf or cause the blind to stumble. You must fear your God. I am the Lord. Verse 15, do not twist justice in legal matters by favoring the poor or being partial to the rich and powerful. Always judge people fairly. Verse 16, do not spread slanderous gossip among your people. Do not stand idly when your neighbor's life is threatened, for I am the Lord. Do not nurse hatred in your heart for any of your relatives. Lord have mercy. Confront people directly so you will not be held guilty for their sin. In verse 18, do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as you love yourself. I am the Lord. Thanks be to God, man. Thanks be to God. All right, check this out, man. Good morning, Miss Shalita Turner. Good morning. Now let me tell y'all something about this, bro. You know what made me feel good about this? You know what made me feel good about this particular verse? It shows accountability. You did? It's teaching us accountability, man. If you pay attention, God teaching us accountability. You understand? You know, teaching us not to point fingers. So what you mean? Let's break down these principles. You feel me? Let's go to 11, verse 11. What the first thing he said not to do? Don't steal. Huh? Don't steal, bro. What don't steal mean? If it don't belong to you, don't touch it. If it don't belong to you, keep your eyes off it. Huh? If it's not yours, don't worry about it. And I say this all the time, bro. Some of y'all out there right now, to the rebels, to the chosen ones, the believers. Somebody right now, bro, you know, whether they're in your family, you did one of your friends, at the co-worker, but you got to realize this ain't carnal, meaning it ain't got nothing to do with flesh. This got to do with spiritual warfare. The enemy ain't your mama. The enemy ain't your husband. The enemy ain't your ex-wife. The enemy was never your co-workers. The enemy has been Satan this entire time. The enemy has been evil spirits and fallen angels this entire time. You went beefing with somebody 15 years not knowing they was manipulated by an evil spirit. So when the Most High said, don't steal, right? Meaning keep your eyes off something. Don't worry about taking something from somebody that don't belong to you. Do not steal. Keep your eyes off of things, people, places that don't belong to you. Well, what God was saying when he mean don't steal. 7, he said, keep your eyes on your own portion. Let me explain this. We all have something what we call a portion. You know what a portion is? A portion is a blessing that's set to the side by God himself, specifically for you. Well, what you mean, 7? Nobody in this world can have your blessing, your portion. It is locked away specifically for you, solely for you. God gave you a purpose, a mission, and a divine reward that was already set to the side for you. It's already written in the stone. He said, I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. You did? You know what that means? He had a relationship with you before your mama. He had a relationship with you before your grandma. The Most High already was aligned with you. You feel what I'm saying? So this means that not only were you created before your mother's womb, you were selected, chosen. I want somebody to type chosen in the comments, man. I want y'all to type chosen in the comments on Bigo as well. I want y'all to type, I'm chosen. So not only were you selected, bro, God had a relationship with you before your mother. And he don't tell a lie. So he said, I made you before you was in your mother's womb. I knew you before you were formed in the womb. So what that tell you, bro? Before you had flesh, before you even had flesh, you had a relationship with the Most High. You did? So today, be intentional. He said, don't steal, right? Keep your eyes on your own portion. That's how you're going to keep your hands, your mouth, and coveting what other people have, worrying about what they're doing. And the more you don't realize that you have a select portion set aside for you by the Most High, you're going to look at other people's portions. And that's going to cause a problem. What you mean, 7? That's going to cause a problem. You're going to be looking at what everybody else got going on, and you're not going to be gauging yourself. Gauge means measure. You can't measure yourself like that. You can't measure yourself by what other people are doing. You can't measure or compare. Say comparison is the thief of all joy. As soon as you compare your life with somebody else, as soon as you say, well, they got this, but I got that, you lost already. You already lost. You already in the wrong energy. You're already on the wrong frequency. You already misguided. You just said, look what they got and look what I got. You are comparing. Comparison is the thief of all joy. All right. So the first thing we want to do, verse 11 say, don't steal. Keep your eyes on your own portion. Y'all got that? And then it said, do not deceive or cheat one another. Do not deceive. Don't be deceptive. Don't involve yourself with people but have hidden intentions. That's what deception is. I'm going to befriend you, but in reality, I'm trying to set you up. That's deception. You befriended me to set me up. That's deception. You befriended me to get information. Deception. You befriended me to expose a truth or expose a flaw of mine or something like that. Deception. You wanted to make me look bad, but you said you was my friend. Deception. It says, don't cheat one another. Don't cheat. Be honest. Have integrity. What's cheating looking like? Being deceptive. It all falls into this low frequency. Cheating is, it ain't just gotta be relationship wise, right? Cheating is just not having integrity, not being honest. You could cheat somebody so many different ways to favor our outcome, to get the favorable outcome. They used to teach us honor when we was young, bro. You know, when you give the people a certain amount of money to buy a product. You feel me? And that lady, she could keep, you know, by us not knowing how to really count money like that, being super, super young. Well, boom, if I gave her a $20 bill and I just went in there to buy a thing of eggs, you did, and she just give me like $1 worth of change, well, she got out on me. She cheated me. You see? So some of y'all getting cheated, don't know you get cheated, but guess what? God is the observer of all that. So you don't get vengeance. You let them get vengeance. You feel? You let the Most High get vengeance. All praise. All right, verse 12. Let's go over this. It says, do not bring shame on the name of your God by using it to swear falsely. I just heard one of my partners say, man, I swear to God, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High said, well, listen, what it just said. You see, conduct. The Most High is teaching us conduct. He said, do not bring shame on the name of your God by using it to swear falsely. See, the Most High knew people was going to try to cheat and be deceitful and deceptive. And he knew they was going to use him to do it. See, God knew by him being the Almighty, by him being the creator of the heavens and earth, by him being truth, by him being the ultimate power, that people were going to use his power up to lie, steal, kill, to create. They were going to do it for their own selfish reasons, too, at that. They was going to use it for their own selfish reasons. His name, for their own selfish reasons. Not to glorify him, but to manifest some type of selfish desire here on this earth. And we all done did it. You know how you be like, man, I swear to God, bro, man, I would never do that. And you're only saying that to deflect the truth of what really happened. You don't want them to, you know, see the real truth behind what you have done. So you say, well, bro, on God, man, I ain't did it. So you just say you supposed to, but as soon as you say I believe on God, or man, I swear to God that it happened, it's supposed to be an automatic belief. It's automatic truth. No, man. It said don't swear on the name of your God by using it to swear falsely. Don't shame them like that. You feel me? Don't shame them. If you're going to lie, take your own lick. Huh? Don't include God in your lie. If you won't lie, take your own lick. Don't say I swear to God and then tell a lie. Don't include him in your desires. That's why the Most High say he's staying outside of time, man. He's separated. He that holy. Holy means separated, not meaning you better than everybody else. Some of y'all hear holy and you go to thinking about angels and, you know, some that are arising, and, you know, that is variations of what holy is, but holy means to be separated, set apart. When you become a believer, you are set apart from a non-believer. When you choose to say, I believe in God and I believe in Jesus Christ, you have selected a team. Huh? You chose a side. Ain't no being lukewarm. Now the devil said you his enemy. As soon as you say I'm a believer, you an enemy of the world. Y'all knew that? As soon as you said all praise to the Most High, as soon as you said thank you, God, you became an enemy of Satan. Believe that. Believe that. The more you try and think that you did, the devil not going to let up. Every time you step out to do something the Most High instructed you to do, here he come. Verse 13. Do not defraud or rob your neighbor. Now, why do I resonate with this verse so much? I used to rob for a living. You heard me? I used to rob for a living. That was one of my trades in the streets. I used to rob. And I committed fraud. I used to do frauds and scams too. Nigerian scam, green dot. You heard me? And you know what the one thing I said, bro? Whenever you were finished going with your move, we call it in the streets finesse. So, going with our move. Meaning, you get more than the next person, or, you coming out with a favorable outcome over the person you engaging with. Taking. I was a taker. If I wanted it from you, I would come take it. That was my old self before, the Most High changed my life. You did, before he removed that spirit from me, I most definitely was one to come lay under your car, kidnap you. You got 50 bands, 70 bands, we was come and get it. I don't care if you had $2,000. And it wasn't, you know what that came from? A lack of purpose, a lack of guidance, a lack of the spirit of the Most High. That's me operating off my own desires. That wasn't me operating off of divinity. So all these principles that we going over right now, bro, this come to a matter of your personal mind. What you doing with your flesh, aligning your divinity, right, with God's purpose, the thing that God called you to do, not what you feel like doing. See, most of the things that God is calling us to do today, it ain't easy. You don't want to do it. The things that he wants us to do the most, we don't want to do it. Why? Why you don't want to do it? Because you know it's going to come with some type of discipline, loss, suffering, pain. The same things that you keep running from is what you have to conquer and face. You feel me? So don't defraud or rob your neighbor. Now, neighbor means that somebody is right next to you. Neighbor means somebody is right next to you, a trusted person, close to you. What did the Most High say don't do? Don't defraud or rob. Don't do fraudulent shit with your neighbor. Your neighbor ain't gotta just mean somebody that stay next door. Neighbor means trustingly by you. Somebody that's trustingly sit next to you, man. Somebody that's trusting you. How you gonna rob somebody that trusts you? How you do fraud to somebody who trusts you? You can only participate in destruction when all you care about is yourself. If all you looking for is how to get by and win for you, you're not going to be looking on how to serve that next individual. You're not going to look on how to serve the neighbor. You're going to look how to rob them or get over on them, because all you're thinking about is yourself. Selfishness brings a lot of pride. You can't see God if all you can see is yourself. If all you know is you won't be straight, you won't be rich, you won't eat good, you want nice clothes, shoes. If all you thinking about is you, God can't use you, man. All he could use, right, is a vessel that's willing to be used. He don't control willpower. He don't make you worship him. He want a relationship. Worship means glorifying with your vessel. You know that's worship right now? Do you know as soon as you do what you call to do, that's worship? If you know how to play basketball, and if that's all God gave you to know how to do is to play basketball real good, and you get up every day and do that, that's worship. Because he the one built you to do it, not to glorify you. He need to show people this gift. He need them to see it. When he lights you up like that, the first thing they're gonna say, damn, first of all, your gift, talents, and skills turn you into a light anyway. Even to the people that don't want to be on beam, you don't want to use your gifts. As soon as you use it, or a piece of it, the whole world can see you, because that's what you was called to do anyway. And the more you do it, the more the light expand. The more hate you receive, the more rewards come from God. The more confusion come from people around you, because they're gauging you off just being flesh, not knowing you a spirit, you a soul. You allowed to grow. Your soul is allowed to grow in that vessel. Y'all didn't know that? You thought you were supposed to stay the same? You're supposed to evolve. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to be turned damn near superhuman here while you're on earth. Superhuman. Not just eating, sleeping, shitting, having sex, doing things that you love to do and just do it all over again. No, man. Service come with glorifying the Most High, going through suffering. They say long suffering. Shout out to Miss Diane at my job, right? I work with street outreach, you know, in the place that I'm located, and we deal with the homeless, you know. And one time, bro, we had this couple under the bridge, and they had been under there for some years. And we engaged with them under there, and we was able to assist them and get them some shelter and housing. But when we went back to get them, they didn't think we were serious about coming and get them. You know, they said people had been talking, you know, and telling them, you know, we gonna come help you and get you from under that bridge, but nobody ever came through. But I knew God had sent me and Miss Diane to these people. You feel me? But I said that to say, even though we get paid for our job, the joy that we received when we went back to get the man and his wife from under that bridge, first of all, he was shocked to see us coming again. And then he started crying. Because I told him, man, no more sleeping under the bridge. You ready to move to your new spot? Go ahead, pack your stuff up, bro. And he just started praying, and he knew it was God. Even for sleeping under the bridge over 4 to 5 years, he waited that long. Him and his wife waited that long for God to answer the call, bro. They waited 4 to 5 years under the bridge with their dog. Trash, debris, piss, shit, rats, roaches, danger, pestilence. They waited 4 to 5 years before they answered the call. Before the call got answered. And then a deliverance came. So I say that to say, bro, when somebody is trusting you, don't rob them. Don't defraud them. Don't cheat. Don't be deceptive. If somebody is next to you, trusting them. I could see if somebody don't really like you. And, you know, y'all suspicious of each other. You already not trusting anyway. But somebody that's right next to you, bro, and if they trust you, woe be unto you if you harm that person or rob them. You doing something to God. Don't y'all know that when you do bad things to good people who mean you nothing but good, you are harming God. Not the vessel of that person is being used for God. Come on, man. Some of y'all being used for the Most High. And yeah, they coming up against you. Yeah, they lying on you. Yeah, they snaking you. Yeah, they not supporting your business. But it's all designed to press you. Don't you know oil got to get pressed? Grapes got to get pressed to make wine, man. We can't get wine without squeezing the grapes, so you got to get squeezed first to get that good old wine. So the Most High said, don't mess over nobody that's right next to you, bro. It's low down to snake somebody or betray somebody that's right next to you, that's trusting you. It's easy to snake somebody like that. They trust you. You don't get no honor for that. It's no honor in doing something malicious and vindictive and humiliating and degrading to somebody that trusts you. You don't get no honor for that, man. Y'all think that y'all manipulate and use and gossip and talk. When you do this to people that supposedly think that you left them, bro, you look like the scumbag. And especially if you go on to spread the word, oh yeah, man, I did such and such that. Look, he don't even know, she don't even know that I'm doing that to him. I just be needing rides to work. I don't like her. But shit, I ain't got no car right now, so it is what it is. This is the level some of us have. That ain't just black people, bro. This is souls in general. It ain't even about race no more. You're so caught up in your own desires that you'll eat, betray, destroy anybody just to get by. And the Most High said, enough is enough. Them days coming to a close. Because as you can see right now, as soon as you do something to somebody, especially if they covered and protected by the Most High, guess what's happened to you? You instantaneously. Bro, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it again. When you do something to somebody that is covered by the Spirit of God, you are really doing it to God. You think you touching that vessel or voodooing that vessel, putting witchcraft on that vessel, gossiping about that vessel, stealing from that vessel, whatever that soul, that man or that woman, whatever vessel they choosing to use to do their work for the Most High. If you interrupt that, you interrupting God. If you touch them, you touching God. If you destroy their works, you destroying God's works. You see where the protection come from? The protection come from you laying at his feet, not you trying to drive. Some of us, we getting in the car, instead of letting the Most High drive, you get to the car, you telling the Most High, let me drive, bro. I got it. And the Most High said, well, bro, you ain't got your license yet. And then the Most High said, well, you ain't got your license yet. How you gonna drive? You don't know where we going. You don't know where we going. What you want to drive for? But go ahead. He let you get in the car all the time. He let you drive with no driver's license all the time. All the time. He don't never say, get out of the car. You about to wreck. He let you wreck that bitch. He let you wreck the car and all that. He give it to you. He give you the keys because you want control. I learned this, bro, and this is my firm belief. This is what I firmly believe. I believe personally, this is my opinion, that anybody, any being, any entity, any power that wants control over people and over souls and dictate willpower and make them do what they want them to do, that's an evil power. God don't even, the creator of the heavens and the earth, don't even force willpower. He don't even make men and women do what he want them to do. He let them have free will, meaning choose what you want to choose. So who are you? Who are you to tell somebody what they can't eat, where they can't go, what they can't drive, what they can't see? All we here to do is serve, man. You here to walk your journey. You here to walk your journey. You here to, define your character. You here to serve the souls that's put aside for you, not dictate what others doing, not dictate and control other people's willpower. All praise. All right, bro. Let's get into it. And we still rolling. What we on? We on verse 13. It says, here come the bosses. Shout out to the people who business owners. Shout out to y'all who doing bad business. It said, do not make your hired workers wait until the next day to receive their pay. How many of y'all went through that before? How many of y'all went through a situation where you worked hard? They hired you, they work you to the bone gristle, work you like a Hebrew slave, and then when the labor was done, after the project was finished, like, oh man, we gotta, we were short on staff, you did woo-de-woo, I'm gonna have to pay you tomorrow, you dig? And you're like, well, bro, I done did the work. I did everything you asked me to do. So the Most High saying, as business owners and as owners of companies, bro, your co-workers and your employees are just as important as you getting paid, bro. You feel me? Treat your hard workers with respect and integrity. If they work for you, right? If they broke their back for you, you hired them. They did the labor. You make sure you compensate who did the labor. You pay them before you pay yourself. You see? You don't want to hear that. Look. Y'all don't want to hear that, huh? That's, you know what good business is, bro? And even on the streets. In the streets, good business is when everybody, you know, break even. On a business transaction, everybody break even, they win. Shout out to 50 Cent. Shout out to Dame Dash. You feel me? Good businessmen. They know when both men win, it's good business. But if it's a 60-40, somebody gonna feel what? Cheated. 80-20, they most definitely feel raped. You did? Nobody wants to come out of a business deal or a transaction feeling like they lost or they didn't get a fair deal or justice. So anytime you do business, especially when it comes to compensation, make sure that both parties are satisfied. Make sure that both parties, when you sit down to discuss business deals, the best business deal is for both parties to walk away happy. And if both parties can't walk away happy, then that means no contract shouldn't be signed, man. Until both parties can walk away happy, no contract should be signed. All praise. So pay your workers, bro. If they do the work, pay your people. If somebody do something for you, you did, and you told them you was gonna pay them, pay your workers, bro. Make sure they compensated before you go to paying yourself. All praise. All right. Verse 14. We got a few more, bro. We got a few more. Verse 14. It says, do not insult the deaf or cause the blind to stumble. You must fear your God. I am the Lord. Now, why did God say this? This is verse 14. Let me show you something. He said, do not insult the deaf or cause the blind to stumble. Right? Now, what that mean? The deaf, right? Those who can't hear. Those who can't hear the truth. Those who don't know the truth. Those who really can't hear. You feel me? He said, don't insult those who can't hear. If they don't know the truth, bro, if you hear somebody that's confused and lost and they spitting ideations, ideologies don't make no sense, we don't judge them. We don't judge. You did? Don't insult them. They don't know no better. Don't cause the blind to stumble. So that means don't lead those who don't know no better astray. Don't be deceptive. Don't cause the blind to stumble. All y'all partners who lost. You did? Family members who lost. Just because you know you're leading them the wrong way because you could control them with, you know, knowledge or, you feel me, or, you know, they don't really know no better, so you're playing on their top. You're making them feel like, you know, they have to lean on you. They don't know no better. They trusting you, but you're deceiving them. Because they don't know, they can't hear the truth. They're not able to see the truth. So the Most High say, don't insult the deaf. He said, fear God. So basically what he said is, if you insulting the deaf or you insulting the blind, guess who you insult? The Most High. When you insult men or women that are blind in the truth, deaf in the truth as well, you insult the Most High. We encourage, uplift, and guide. We don't discourage. We don't degrade. We don't bring down. Only uplift, motivate, inspire, guide, heal. All praise. Verse 15. Oh, I like this. Here we go, because I went through this. It says, do not twist justice in legal matters by favoring the poor or being partial to the rich and powerful. Always judge people fairly. You remember I was talking about portion earlier? Your portion. We live in America, right? I'm over here in America. Shout out to the people that's over here in America. And it's, this the blacks, whites, Spanish, Asians, the whole shebang. We live in America where it's ran by capitalism, meaning the rich get rich and the poor get poor. The rich feed off the poor, matter of fact, over here in America. The powerful literally feed off the poor people. You feel me? But what the Most High say, don't twist justice in legal matters by favoring the poor or being partial to the rich and powerful. Always judge people fairly. So no matter if you're rich or poor, you're supposed to judge fairly. We ain't supposed to look at nobody rich and just favor them because they moguls or they wealthy and just excuse the perversion or the pestilence or the wicked that they do. Just because they rich and powerful, you just giving them a pass. And then when you look at somebody poor, you say they ain't shit because they sleep under the bridge or because they don't have $2,000 in their account. So you treat them harshly. You feel me? The Most High saying, no, treat the rich person just like you treat the poor person. They both have a soul. Both of them have a soul. Both of them have flesh. Both of them have a creator. And the Most High not going to look at it and trying to see how much you got on Cash App when it's time for judgment. He ain't going to see how much you got on Venmo, how much you had in the account when you left. The Most High not going to care about that. Matter of fact, in the heavens, bro, in the heavenly realms, souls is like currency in the heavenly realms. In the spirit realm, souls is currency. It's no gold and no money that's gonna get you that's majestic like that to get you in the kingdom. Your soul is the currency. Your soul got so much currency that it carries so much value that the Most High wanted and the devil wanted. Both want your soul. The difference is your soul belongs to the Most High. The devil wants it. See the difference? It belongs to the Most High. You belong to the Most High. You his portion. But the devil wants God's portion. You're a creation, right? You're a creation of the Creator. So this is why the devil wants God's portion. Look how great you are. Look what God can do with you. Look what creation he made. He made a creature that loves him unconditionally back. Some of y'all love God unconditionally, meaning no matter if you down on your luck, no matter if you ain't, no matter if you failed, you've been down for 5 to 10 years, no matter how much trial and tribulation that happened to you, you still love God, you still worship him out loud, you still pray, you still obedient. That's endurance. You are doing an outstanding job. But if you measure it based upon what God has given you, you'll never see reward. Because this is not transactional. Meaning God ain't saying, you do this for me and I'm going to do this for you. He never asks you for nothing but faith to believe and steward the earth. That's all he asked us to do. Take the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over all things. But these days, as y'all can see, some of us are in submission of all things. We done gave power to everything but God, bro. And I'm ashamed to say sometime, even in my walk on this journey, I ain't even gonna say I'm ashamed. I ain't ashamed no more because I'm free. God freed me from that. But bro, it was one point where I did things and never thought about glorifying God with him. When I went to rob, I wasn't thinking about glorifying the Most High. When I went to sell heroin and bag up them .2s and them .3s, I wasn't thinking about the Most High. That's desire. When I wanted to have a family, and you know, the first mother of my child, when I wanted to get married, that wasn't his plan. You feel me? I wanted that. And sometimes, bro, we doing things that God don't want us to do at the moment. Not saying that he don't have that plan for you, but it's just not timing. And you're frustrated, you're cursing him out. You're saying God ain't real. You're cursing everybody out because this thing ain't manifesting because it ain't time. And the more you try to force it and you won't let go, you won't let them drive. Remember what I said? Y'all asking the Most High to get you to a destination. This is how we pray. Let me show you what we do as mankind. We move backwards. We ask the Most High for something and say, God, take us to this place. That's like asking God as an Uber driver, God, take me to the Apple store, right? And you ask God to take you to the Apple store. But when you get to the car, you tell God, you know what? Never mind, I'm going to drive. You sit in the passenger seat. And the Most High say, well, you don't know where you're going. And you tell him, no, I got it. I don't need you to take me to Apple no more. Then why you want him in the passenger seat? If you got it figured out, if you in control, what you called them for in the first place? You see? Some of y'all calling on the Most High, but you're not allowing him to help you. You saying, God, bring me to Apple. Bring me to the Apple store. Then you saying, never mind, God, I'm going to drive there. You don't even know the destination. So let the Most High give you the destination from him. You see? Verse 16. Do not spread slanderous gossip amongst your people. Why I want to speak on this so much, man, I'm probably one of the most talked about people right now when it comes to transformation, when it comes to hypocrisy, you know, because they don't understand this part of me. You know, a lot of people didn't see this coming. Some people were sitting right next to me daily, and I was doing ministry. I was creating blueprints. They didn't understand. You know, some places in life, brothers and sisters, the Most High is going to call you on a walk by yourself. Why do he need you by yourself? Because he needs you to see and depend solely on him. He needs you to see that all reward comes from him. When you are surrounded by a lot of people, places, and things, your judgment can get skewed. It could get clouded because you could be influenced by people, places, and things that don't know where they're going. You could be influenced by hanger-ons, only people who with you and around you for what you're doing for them. So you have to use what we call discernment. Some of y'all been around people slandering all they like. That's all they do, talk about what people got, lie on people, but that's still your partner. Why you still around them? Don't you know when you sit around people that slander God, you could just be sitting around it. You just as guilty. Just because you ain't physically open up your lips and creating some frequencies and vibrations that negative, you sitting around it. You ain't fighting for justice. You ain't defending that person, place, or thing. So you just as guilty. Some of y'all speaking on people you ain't got no business. You're putting your mouth on people you ain't got no business putting your mouth on. And the reasons of putting your mouth on them is to speak a negative frequency. You remember they used to tell us in school, bro, what they used to say in school, y'all? Come on, man. Some of y'all grown ass men and women, you know what they used to say in school. They used to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. In the scriptures, it say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, cut your tongue out. Lest you destroy yourself, bro. The tongue is powerful. It carries word sound. Power, meaning when you speak, you create. So when that person out there to defend themselves, see, we in the street code, bro, you know, and especially in the penitentiary, you know, it's a bad thing to speak on people when they're not present, bro. It's bad to speak on situations without knowledge and information and having your facts straight. Some people will just spread the slander because they don't like you anyway. But don't you know that slander and gossip is free promo? I ain't gonna lie. I think I went viral my first time when I became a motivational speaker in 2020. I think when I got released from prison, I think me going viral was the result of people not believing, you know, really believing that I was home doing what I was doing. See, I came home different this time. And I think it was more spreading the gossip of, you know, Bruce home. 7, that boy Rasta came home, you know, that boy on some other shit. You see? Man, what? He talking about God. Man, and them people ain't gonna believe that. See, nah, spread. He talking about what? Wasn't he just robbing? Wasn't that boy just on parole? They gonna spread, they gonna make you famous. Because the version of you, the truth is the version of you that was low frequency, the version of you that was downtrodden, depressed, dope dealer, robber. They was cool with you when you was low. But Jesus said, I come to do a new thing in you. And now that the new thing is here, you got to talk about it. He said, every knee gonna bow and every tongue gonna confess that Jesus is Lord. Everybody gonna do it. Because let me show you something. It's gonna be a point in your life. And I'm calling this out to every soul. I don't care who you is. Farrakhan, Trump, Putin, Kim Jong, I don't care what powerful mogul you is. Billionaires, trillionaire. It's going to come a point in your life where a hardship and a trial and a tribulation going to come so hard that no money, no power, no person, place, or thing is going to be able to save you from it but the power of the Holy Spirit. That's a fact. That's 100% fact. It's no amount of money, no weapon of witchcraft, voodoo, white magic, black magic, money, monetary gain, people, pleasing things. When that hardship comes, that's designed to break you. Because see, they got hardship that's designed to break you. Break you down so that the Most High can build you up and make you new. When that hardship comes, you know, when you lose a child, have a miscarriage, OD, come back to life, get a terminal illness, fail school, lose custody of your child, lose a job, lose your stability, lose family, lose friends. When you get to the point of that, when you go to realizing none of this is keeping me stable, none of this is keeping me sane, none of these things that I want or that I'm chasing after is keeping me sane. I bet you right now, some of y'all got some moments, even though some of y'all well off right now, some of y'all real straight, but I know right now, you could pinpoint a moment where you had less and you had more peace. You had way less than what you have now, but you had more peace. Remember, with much given, much is required. Gratitude equals abundance, bro. Some of y'all got a lot right now because you showed the Most High that you was grateful. You was grateful when you was homeless. You was grateful when you was working that job for 11 an hour. You was grateful When you didn't have nobody but grandma to babysit your baby while you go to school, you was grateful for that. That's why the Most High got you in the position you in now. They don't know that. You know though. That's all that matters. Remember, this is called True Seeing Ministries, man. We don't tell no lies up in here. Seeing truth, saving souls. Seeing truth, speaking truth, and saving souls, man. This thing here is to grab souls. I came to collect souls and bring them to the Most High. Motivate, inspire, and heal, and bring these souls to the Most High. And do it through writing, do it through music, and do it through my voice. You did? I was scared too, bro. I was scared to do it. You know, I was afraid because I was like, you know, worrying about if I step out the door, well, you know, how? And he said, don't worry about you. I'm going to take care of that. You do my works. So some of y'all today, bro, the Most High just wants you to do his works. All praise. All right, we got 2 more. And we almost finished, bro. All right, verse 16 again. And I got to speak on this, then we got 1 more. It says, do not stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened, for I am the Lord. Now, what this means, 7, this means justice, protection. It said, if you a believer, if you're a rebel, if you're a chosen one, you saying you love God and you love Christ, you out here professing God, but you not going to war. The Most High said, don't stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened. So when you see somebody that's in danger, and as a believer, you standing right there, and there's something you can do about it, the Most High say, don't just stand there, do something about it. Now, is he saying put yourself in danger? No, but don't, if you're a believer, a chosen one and a rebel, and you see somebody get something done to them unjustly, what's the whole point of you being there? First of all, if it's coming into your reality, if the time and the season went by that, God has made that situation your portion. Meaning that's your assignment. Some of y'all in positions and places around people and things, you like, man, it feel awkward, it feel different. You know, things going good, but you feel wrong. That's because you on assignment, meaning you there by God's grace and by his permission. Ain't nothing you did got you there. He brought you there so that at that time and season, that person, place, or thing could be affected by you with his light, and he could get his glory. So even if you don't know, you might not know 7 years from now, you could be on the streets, right? You could be on the street selling some clothes or something like that, and the Most High, next thing you know, he got you way in Africa somewhere, you know, doing the work. And you wondering how I got there. Well, you said you're a believer. As long as you stay in the pocket with belief, the Most High, you know, bring you all over the world if he could. I mean, if he wants to, he'll bring you all over the world. All praise. So today, bro, don't stand idly by. Don't just be sitting there watching people suffer. If you help them, especially if you have the means to, speak up for the mute, speak up for the broke and the destitute, the people that don't have a voice. That's why you're here as a vessel. If you gain your energy and your power and God blesses you to get strong on that, in that context, bro, make sure that you use all power, all faith, bro, to adhere to that assignment. Don't worry about if you're gonna win the assignment, if you're gonna have a favorable outcome. You just make sure whenever that trial or tribulation coming is right there by you, and if God move you to move with justice, do it, and don't worry about fear. Even if you gotta die standing up for what's right, bro. All praise to the Most High. All right, man. Here go a tough one. Verse 17. Y'all ain't gonna like this. It says, do not nurse hatred in your heart for any of your relatives. They got an asterisk behind that too. Confront people directly so you will not be held guilty by their sins. The word of the Lord. Now, what that mean? What that mean, y'all? The Most High said, don't be resenting your family, bro, your relatives. He know how you feel right now. He know that, you know, you got family members not supporting you. Some of y'all might not be talking to none of your family members. You feel what I'm saying? He know this. But you got to realize you give grace, meaning that, you know, God gave us everything to experience it, to enjoy it, and to learn it. You know, it's a lesson, not a loss. So y'all who got enmity with your family members, or if you're getting it on with your family right now, the Most High said, don't harbor no hatred in your heart because that's your blood, bro. You know, deal with them directly. You meaning whatever, you know, you're having an issue with about each other, you go straight up to that person, head up. And if you can't do it right now, give it some time. But don't deal with it outside of the relative. If your relatives ain't getting along, y'all not getting along as relatives, like you know, you just go to your divine family and work with your divine family until it's time for reconciliation or olive branches or forgiveness. But never have resentment in your heart, because guess what? The Most High don't resent us, bro. He's not sitting and resenting the things that we did to him. Huh? You know how many times we done violated the Most High? You think he's sitting there resenting? Huh? You think he resents you for the things you done did, that you're doing, that you're going to do today, that you're going to do tomorrow, that you did 10 years ago, that you did 20 years ago and still ain't asked forgiveness for? You think he's sitting up there being bitter with you behind that? So just as much as the Most High choosing to find ways to keep going with you, right? To still be blessing you, to still to give you grace, you need to find a way to move with your relatives like that. I ain't saying you got to kiss no ass. I ain't saying that you got to place yourself around their company, but you have to forgive them, bro. You have to move with forgiveness. And they have to earn their trust back. But you don't want to be getting up every day and you go out here in the world and you say, oh, you know, such and such did me this. They doing me this. They doing this. I got this on them. They doing this. You know, it's a never ending story, bro. But move with grace and forgiveness, meaning shit. No matter what they saying to you, I don't care if the whole family up against you. Don't say a mumbling word about it. Pray. Send them to the Most High. Cover their soul. If you really love them, if you really love your relatives, pray for their deliverance. What you mean, Seven? You did well. If it gets so bad to where you can't even converse with your people, you can't be around them, y'all can't stand each other. You feel what I'm saying? And you're feeling like a Joseph in a situation, you pray for their deliverance, bro. Meaning shake the dust. He said, when they don't accept you, you know, kick the dust. Shake the dust from your feet. You pray, seek reconciliation. If they don't want it and they keep going with their move, then you move around. But you still pray. You still ask God for their deliverance. You don't, just because they lost, just because they don't accept you, just because they don't accept your olive branch, just because they don't accept who you are as a whole, don't mean that the Most High wants you to stop giving them grace. Keep going, endurance. They got a little prayer, and I'm gonna say it right quick, that we used to pray when in elementary school. When dealing with difficult situations and people, we used to pray the serenity prayer. And it's a prayer about peace, bro. And I use this myself, and I want to use it more myself, so that whenever evil attacks happen, that we can talk to the Most High and remember that these attacks is happening not for you to be destroyed, but to produce greater good. So this prayer go like this, bro. It said, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. In Jesus' name, amen. You feel me? When you accept that some people are not going to change, when you accept that they are not going to lie, you have to accept your reality. When you accept it, you can move better, because now you're not going to try to create the situation and force it into a way that, you know, is not meant to be. You let it flow like water. They reject you. Now, let me say this too, bro. Y'all know Jesus ain't help everybody, huh? Y'all know how many people that he would encounter in the streets when he was healing and ministering and teaching and vibing with the people. And they would swarm him. Some of the people wouldn't leave him. They wouldn't want to leave. And he said, listen, I got to go minister to some more people. I got to go here. I got to go there. And he would have to move around. He'll tell them no. So that lets you know right there, even the Christ, bro, even God himself didn't heal everybody. He couldn't go deal with everybody. He had a mission. He said, man, we got to go to this part of time. The disciples used to be bringing them people coming, you know, just like now. Some people will call me and they'll say, well, 7, I got such and such, one holler at you. And I look, bro, you know, I'm one man. I got a schedule. And if it's my assignment, God gonna show me that is for me. I use discernment. If it's meant for me, God gonna show me that's my assignment. But we can't be dealing with everybody, everything, and be at every place. That's why I encourage everybody to make sure when you get closer to your calling, when you accept your calling, and if you already in it, you know one thing, that you have to be solely set on getting this thing manifested. Not worrying about outside opinions, what they think, feel, and say. Our job is to make sure we stick to the mission. All right, last thing, man. It says, do not seek revenge. Verse 18. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as you love yourself. I am the Lord. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Now, what that means, 7. The Most High said to my chosen ones, bro, if you saying you a believer, shout out to Bigo, to my rebels, to my chosen ones. Shout out to my YouTube viewers. If you a believer, meaning if you say you love God, if you a believer in Christ, and you know what you here to do, bro. You feel me? We are not here to destroy one another. We are not here to compare our lives with one another. We move as one body. You remember what he said? He said, do not seek revenge or bear grudge against a fellow chosen one. Fellow, meaning you have a spiritual family here too. Yeah, you got relatives, but you have divine relatives that have been related to you that are roaming on this earth right now. And their spirit is probably encased in many different vessels. And you can't be treating your spiritual family like shit, bro. You can't be betraying your spiritual family. You can't be having arguments and fights. You did, jealous of each other, lying on each other, manipulate, scheming, hating. As chosen ones, you have to find a way to get along, because nobody's purpose is separate on this earth. If you say you a chosen one, if you say you a believer, your job was to come to earth with gift, talents, and skills, find your purpose, serve that purpose, and gain everlasting life. Bring some souls with you along the way. But your goal was never to come here to condemn, judge, and hate on nobody. Our job here is to make sure we keep a conduct that's, feasible for ourselves, bro, to have the best relationship with the Most High. Some of us, we looking and comparing our lives with others, saying, oh, well, look how God blessing that person, but then look what God doing that person. Listen, take your mind, eyes, emotions, everything off of others' portion. It's just like a child, bro. You know, like a family, you know, when you're at home. You feel me? And let's say, you know, let's say like a birthday, you know, let's say it's like a birthday. Now on your birthday, you know, you get gifts, you get special treatment, you know, you get a little higher praise throughout the day than you normally would. But then let's say you got 5, 6 other brothers and sisters. So just like I say, when you see your brother and sister get blessed, you know, you clap for your brother. You celebrate. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you feel shitty that you've been waiting 10 years and somebody seemed like they just came up right next to you. You've been putting in work 10, look like as soon as they did what they did, God bless them. So what you do, brother, you alleviate the jealousy, the pride, the ego. You celebrate with them. Your chosen one, your rebels, the fellow believers, the people around you, brother, you really love them. The ones you're creating with and serving with, you make sure that you celebrate with them, cry with them when it's bad moments, and celebrate with them when there's good moments. But never hold a grudge with one another as believers, because we all fighting the same mission, bro. And our mission is to become the rebels that we are. Meaning, take the gift, talents, and skills that the Most High gave us, come to this earth and use them as weapons to glorify and worship him on this earth. We bringing a new earth here on earth as it is in heaven. I'm going to land that plane right there. All praise to the Most High, man. Outstanding. All right, man. We've come to the conclusion of the ministry, bro. I want to thank everybody. First of all, give all praise to the Most High for giving me this opportunity to do this today, bro. This was my first online ministry. I loved it. I will be doing this every Sunday at 11 a.m. Spread the word. Truth Scene Ministries, with me hosting it, bro. VII The Street Prophet, the demon killer, the soul saver. Y'all already know. Leader of the rebels. You feel me? Make sure that y'all come here every Sunday at 11 a.m. When you see 1111, y'all already know. Make a wish or come stop through Truth Scene Ministries on YouTube Live, bro. Come get some of that knowledge in that truth. All praise. Also, man, follow me on all platforms. That's VII The Street Prophet. Check the description to follow me and see where I'm at. I'm on all platforms. Follow me on YouTube, TikTok, Bigo, Instagram, Facebook. Also on Bigo Live, Monday through Friday, I host a free online group therapy session, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., called the Rebel Life Network. We focus on daily healing of spirit, mind, body, emotion, and we use music, motivation, and ministry. You dig? So make sure y'all come check that out on Bigo, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time on the Bigo app, CST time. What else? Oh yeah, and if you would like anybody that's trying to find a purpose in life, and you're stuck in life and you're trying to seek guidance and overcome and transform your life into, you know, a more abundant lifestyle, you know, where you're not suffering and in so much pain. You dig? If you want to find a good way to get there, bro, please, y'all go check my book out, The 7 Principles, out on Amazon and Kindle. It's available right now on Amazon and Kindle. The link is in the description. Make sure y'all check that out. Before we get out of here, man, I'm a man that do believe in the Most High, believe in the power of the Holy Scriptures, and I believe in the power of prayer. So with that being said, palms up to the believers, and I'm going to pray for y'all before you get out here and go back to war. All praise to the Most High. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord let his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you kindly and give you peace. And when we believe, we say in your most holy name and in Jesus' name. Amen. All praise to the Most High. This VII The Street Prophet checking out, bro. I'm signing out. I'll see y'all next Sunday. If you ain't with me, you're against me. 7 shots.